Happy New Year!
Happy New Year, everybody! New Year's coming.
Happy end of the 2010s.
2019 is over. You can leave all that behind you. Past relationships. Everybody says it's the start of a new era, right? You're like a new person, right? You leave like everything that happened to you, you scrub it and you leave it all behind you, right? Supposedly.
Resolutions.
Let me tell you, in 2010, my resolution was to make no more New Year's resolutions because I never follow them anyway. And who's gonna follow those freaking things? People make resolutions that they can't really even follow. Like
you shouldn't have to make New Year's resolutions.
It should just be something that you normally do on a regular basis.
Day resolution.
Right, maybe I want to lose a few pounds. Why do I have to wait till 2020 to do that? You know, maybe I want to be nicer to my children. Maybe I'm nice to my family. You know, if you're a serial killer, maybe stop killing people. Whatever the case may be. But everybody has something. You have a goal. You have to set a goal, and that's how it goes. And this is our last broadcast of 2019. Not that anything mattered in 2019, but
some things matter.
In 2020, it has to be a thing where people that we physically know that are that watch us, which we like and do not subscribe. Like Nino, if you're watching this, subscribe right now. Okay. Let's kick it off. 2019.
So we had a list of subjects. The year in review.
We had like a few things that stick out to us. Not everything, because there's so many important things that happen that we are not going to talk about because either it's.
Is this going to be an hour and a half long video or 2 hour video?
Actually, it's 365 days. Shit, if we even cover like 5 minutes of each day, we're still going on forever. But.
So what did you want to kick off the year in review 2019?
Well, let's start off in general with like the streaming services and the up and coming streaming services and things that they had to offer and things like that. Like some good shows that came out on these streaming services. Of 2019 had some big things like we'll start off with like I'll go into Game of Thrones real quick where they had the finale.
Well, that's not a streaming service, but...
Well, right, but it was actually it was on HBO Go, so it could be on a streaming service.
True,
but,
yeah, that's true, okay, true.
But
it's also mostly on HBO.
Right, it was on HBO, but...
I know jack about Game of Thrones, other than that it was on HBO.
But basically, the sum of Game of Thrones is that they had the last season. Most of the people hated it. I didn't mind it, because I don't think too much into it, but what the hell do I know? But people happen to love it. And there was all, people protesting that they wanted HBO to actually do the last 2.
Wasn't
that crazy? Like, let's go into reproduction, guys.
Jesus.
Let's rewrite the scenes.
Yeah.
And although I didn't agree with a lot of things that happened on Game of Thrones, I have to say it was a great show, and they wrapped it up. So we continue. Let's move on. 2020. It's a better year.
If that's the case, why not do that for everything that the fans disagree with the end of?
Well, it sets a bad precedent. The one company that actually does that is going to be like, oh, maybe we have to do Breaking Bad. Maybe people didn't like Breaking Bad. It's very rare that people actually like
anything, man.
Right, you can do that with anything. So you don't want to set a bad precedent with that. But as far as the review goes in 2019, personally, before we get into top stories, my 2019 was pretty messed up. It was. I wouldn't mind leaving it behind me. But was there any year that you can remember when you said, oh, I don't want this year to go away? Doesn't everybody want the last year to go behind them because they always want to get better? Even billionaires. I want to make another billion,
You mean like this entire last decade?
Oh, and by the way, we're wearing these stupid 2020 glasses, and I'm thinking of...
Yeah, you have to mention it.
I think Slasher's going to go down... I think Slasher's going to go down to Times Square in a little while.
Oh.
And,
I never did that.
You're not going to join those shirtless bastards down there? You never did it once?
Ever in my life went down to Times Square.
That is incredible.
And I never, ever wanted to.
Well,
they all look like a bunch. You're going to stand out there for that long.
Exactly. It doesn't make any sense. And let me tell you, not to mention...
Idiot.
That people wear diapers down there, for Christ's sakes.
I know. Yeah.
So that, because once you get in, you can't leave to pee.
Unbelievable.
So it's just crazy. 42nd Street.
We're almost 5 minutes in. So
wherever you're celebrating your New Year's, everybody have a happy New Year's and be responsible.
Be responsible.
The one day of the year that I actually drink champagne is on New Year's. Only time I ever drink champagne.
But all right. So, about the streaming services.
Yes, we also had Mandalorian this year, with Baby Yoda was a big topic. I remember when you first saw Baby Yoda, you fell in love, right?
Good as hell. I had no interest in seeing The Mandalorian, but I was over here and you were watching it, so it was alright.
Well, from what I don't understand, and I'm not finished with Mandalorian yet, but how was Baby Yoda born? Did Baby Yoda have was he sleeping with somebody in the trilogy?
You watched more of it than I did.
And was there one Yoda?
What did I watch? Up to 4 episodes of it.
But even Adam and Eve had a male and a female. Where was the female Yoda? And was Yoda a male or female? Yoda was a male, I guess? Did they specify?
Well, Yoda did have male pattern baldness.
Okay.
So,
Play shit. I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of women that's going to say he was a female.
I'd say Yoda was a dude.
I would say so too. So where did the female Yoda come from? He went into exile.
We have yet to see.
We have yet to see. We see a baby Yoda. We just see the offspring.
And first off, did they ever even describe what Yoda's race of people were? Like,
No.
They weren't called like the Yodas.
But let me tell you something. You hit on something big, Chris, because this is the year of the pronoun. Zen, zer, them, they. Maybe somebody's going to identify as Yoda or Baby Yoda. I'm Yoda.
Are they Yodas from the planet Yoda?
Identify me, you say.
Are they Yodas from the planet Yoda? Like, what are they?
What planet was Yoda from originally?
I don't even know.
Do you remember?
Like I said, they never
They never really specified on that. Right. I know when he was in exile,
he was just Yoda.
He went to the Dagobah system, but that's not where he was from.
I'm saying he was just Yoda.
So nobody's questioning where Baby Yoda came from? Like, where did he come from? That's what I want to know. But okay, that's a topic for another day.
So since we're on the Star Wars topic.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going back to Star Wars again, sorry. But it's a huge thing, and even these days in 2019, Star Wars is a huge thing.
In a galaxy. Yeah.
So, what do you feel about Disney's acquisition?
Oh, the streaming service?
No. Well, not just the streaming service. Disney's acquisition of Star Wars and other
here's the thing.
Franchises.
It's bittersweet.
Other
like
companies,
Marvel and all of
companies.
them, Marvel. But it's bittersweet, and I'll tell you why. Because if Disney did not buy it from Lucasfilms, he would not keep making Star Wars films. And even though Disney acquired it and is making films that maybe people might like,
true, because he sat on it.
Right, he would exactly. At least Disney's putting out product.
From Return of the Jedi to The Phantom Menace, it seemed like it took forever.
And is George Lucas involved in any way in the production, or you don't really know?
No, he's
out of it. He's like, I'm done.
No. Unless they're gonna call him in to do something.
Maybe get some ideas. Remember, like R.R. Martin, like George R.R. Martin, when he did, wrote the book for Game of Thrones. I thought maybe that George Lucas would be involved.
But do you like the Disney monopoly? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it's a good
idea? The Disney monopoly. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I know a lot of people don't like monopolies, like when Microsoft, Apple, whatever. But I actually like that Disney puts out a good product. Every time I turn on a Disney thing, I love it. Whether it be Toy Story 4 with Forky, or Moana, or whatever the case may be, I love Disney movies. And they took over Star Wars.
I was never the huge Disney guy, man.
But let me tell you something.
I was never the huge Disney guy.
I think me and you had
Everyone else was always like, oh, Disney. Like, I was like, okay, Disney, alright. They have some things I like, they have some things I don't like. But then when they started becoming a planet-eating monster, that's when I got a little bit, something's a little off here.
Now, just to let you know, if I don't make it through this, it's because I have an epileptic seizure from these 2020 glasses we're wearing. But yes, but what I had...
Well, you can give it up. I'll give mine up. Right?
Give a little tug.
Shut it off. Maybe in a little bit I'll turn it back on.
2020. But no, with Disney, I am happy that they at least continue the thing. Now, with The Mandalorian, which was a big show in 2019 with Baby Yoda. Now, when we were watching the Star Wars shows with Boba Fett and Jango Fett, did they ever mention that they were Mandalorians? Did they mention that was their culture to be a Mandalorian? Because I didn't know what Mandalorian was.
I believe it's from...
Oh, the Clone Wars?
The extended universe.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Like I said, I'm not total.
You have to be.
I'm not total diehard.
Right. We're not claiming to be anyway.
I'm not diehard.
A big fan. Not a big fan, but like experts on Star Wars. Many of you guys out there are bigger fans than us. I guarantee you. But.
I mean, I see things and I like them.
Let me tell you, I can watch
things that I don't.
I could watch episode 4, 5, and 6 again and still find things I didn't see the first time, which is crazy.
But
yes, but it was big. Well, again, okay, The Boys on the streaming service was great on Amazon. We're talking about the streaming services, Amazon, Netflix.
Dope show.
Yes, The Boys.
I was.
Well, one of the best shows. One of the best shows of 2019, I would say.
You try to put me onto a lot of shows, and some of them don't exactly stick with me. Some of them are like, yeah, it's alright.
I have a more open mind than you do. You really
no,
have
I do have an open mind. But
right, but there's a lot of shows that I would like that you wouldn't like, I think.
Yeah, because you seem to like
I like a lot of stuff, right?
You like almost everything.
Well, because it's on TV. But
yeah, I guess.
But no, The Boys. My opinion, other than Cobra Kai, was probably one of the best. Was probably one of the best shows of 2019. I mean, The Boys was great, and I can't wait for the next one to come out. I mean, if you love superheroes that are not really heroes, that are really scumbags, if you like scumbag heroes,
only one of them is a superhero.
Oh, right. But shit, right. The Boys is such a great show. 2019, probably my favorite show.
Yeah, it's a dope show. I like it. I'm glad you put me onto that.
Yes. Also in 2019, we had the battle of the non-PC comedians on the streaming services.
Oh, jeez.
Which was, who was the biggest two?
Bill Burr and Dave Chappelle?
Bill Burr and Dave Chappelle. Even though Dave Chappelle took more heat because he went crazy with it. Not really crazy, but he really expanded on it. He joked about it. And let me tell you something. Even though we're talking about the culture now, and you know, we all respect anybody what they want to be. You want to be anything you want. Bisexual, gay, straight, whatever you want to be. But if you can't make fun of yourself with a comedy, then what does it even matter, though?
First of all, comedians should not have to.
They should have a get out of jail free card almost, like a hall pass.
Comedians should not have to tiptoe around a field of landmines.
Yes, because then they won't be funny anymore.
No.
The whole funniness about a comedian is making fun of really hard subjects.
How are you going to be a comedian and not make fun of anything?
Right, like right now with as far as the whole Me Too thing going on, what do you think Andrew Dice Clay's comedy would be? Even though he's gonna be touring with Roseanne Barr, but people are gonna be like, oh, hickory dickory dock, was sucking like, but they're gonna be like, what the hell? You can't do that. So a lot of things wouldn't fly in 2019. And although I am sensitive to everyone's issues, but we're taking the PC thing too far. But Dave Chappelle did a great job, in my opinion. Even if
I still didn't see the whole thing of either of those specials.
Right, but you saw the bulk of it. With Dave Chappelle talking about the whole,
I always enjoyed both of them as comedians.
Dave
Chappelle and Bill Burr.
They both
was really.
Do you know Bill Burr is in The Mandalorian?
Oh yes. Yeah. Well, I didn't see the clip of it.
It was funny to see him in it, though.
There was a picture I saw.
It was fun. It's funny to see him in shows that he has nothing. He shouldn't belong in, like Breaking Bad. He didn't belong in no Breaking Bad, but he was in Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad, though.
Huh?
What little parts he had in Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
It was funny seeing him there. Since you want to go into the whole.
But in 2019 though, as far as Disney goes,
since you want to go into the whole PC thing.
Right.
Let's talk about the beginning of the year.
Jussie Smollett.
The beginning of the year.
Which took America by storm, because apparently he pretended to be lynched by a racist white people.
Tried to be captain of the Democratic Party. He was like, I'm gonna be your poster boy.
Yeah, And let me tell you something.
We started the year with this. This
Yeah.
is what started this year.
Yeah, and let me tell you something about Jesse Smollett. It was a funny situation, but even the Chicago PD realized that he was lying. It was all a lie. You know, the whole thing, who walks around with the noose still on their neck for like, however long he did. But, and what's sad about it is that actually, those kind of things actually happen. You have hate crimes.
Hate crimes happen.
And it's almost like the boy who cried. You can't just pretend that happened.
Hate crimes happen, and the even sadder part is fake hate crimes happen.
Well, now they are. But
horrendous.
Fake hate crimes weren't a thing until Jussie Smollett started the whole thing.
No. Al Sharpton and Tawana Brawley, with that girl Tawana Brawley back in the 80s.
Oh, right.
That was a fake hate crime.
Yeah, the fake hate crime. Yeah, hate crimes are bad enough.
That's what got Al Sharpton his stance in the whole entire media thing.
Well, no. Al Sharpton's big time. But as far as Jussie Smollett goes, it was funny watching that whole coverage because everyone knew he was lying. He pretty much got caught lying. Even the guys that he hired that went into the store that bought they bought the rope, they bought everything that they needed, they still confessed.
Oh my God.
Let me tell you, if you're gonna do
seriously,
something,
the more it unfolded, it's like this is the stupidest plan ever.
and exactly, if you're gonna do something stupid, you might want to have them not, show their faces in public or do stupid things. I mean, he was on a hit show Empire, and then they even dropped him.
Oh, man.
And the only reason why he actually got off on it from Chicago charges because high politicians.
Alright, if anything, if I could ask for one thing of the upcoming year.
Okay, you have to light it up for that.
Don't fake hate crimes.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, don't fake hate crimes. Exactly right.
Don't fake hate crimes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna walk around saying, a bunch of Chinese guys from the
You just
Chinese.
make it worse for the people who are actual victims.
Yeah, they just sushi'd me. I'm walking around like, but give me a break. It doesn't make any sense. And I understand that a lot of people don't like what's going on in politics or whatever, but put that to the side and just live your life the best you can.
Exactly.
Especially if you're an actor.
Exactly.
Even actors that do this whole thing where they're talking about politics during Academy Awards, whether you agree with it or not, just leave that to the side. There's many other platforms to go over that. But 2019 was a big year though when you think about it because it's like the height of the PC moment. You have the climate change thing, you have Greta Thunberg going on. With her thing going on. Her message is clear. Everybody knows her message, but her delivery is a little comical. That's all. It's a little comical.
She's a puppet.
How dare you?
She's a puppet.
Wasn't Mad Squirrel when we were doing the podcast with her? She was playing the soundbite. How dare you? Every time I would say something, how dare you? Like if you got the idea, how dare you? That means you said something that was even too insulting for her. And she deals with everything. Too nuts. I mean, just look at her thing. Too nuts. But she's the best. But we had Greta Thunberg with the climate change. You also had, as far as people who love Jeopardy, a lot of people love the game shows. You had two things. Didn't Pat Sajak? Pat Sajak was also out. Alex Trebek was out with pancreatic cancer, and Pat Sajak and Vanna White filled in. Did you catch any of the Vanna White?
Yes.
Did you seem like a game show guy?
Oh, I love Jeopardy. And Alex Trebek, that is...
Really?
I gotta say...
You felt a part of you was dying with him.
No, because... I don't know, man. So I get this thing...
Alex Trebek is a very likable guy. He's a very likable guy.
I kind of get this thing about Alex Trebek that
he looks young for his age.
He does.
He's like almost 80. He looks like he's like in his 50s or 40s.
I kind of get this thing about Alex Trebek is that he's approachable.
Exactly.
When
he's on TV. Yeah, who knows if he's off camera.
When he's off TV.
Really?
Yeah, I kind of get this. I kind of get this thing that Alex Trebek is like
kind, compassionate guy, right?
If someone stops Alex Trebek in the street, say Alex Trebek is coming out of whatever sushi joint or whatever 5-star restaurant.
I love you, Alex Trebek, and what would he say?
I have a feeling. Let's
role play for a second.
Alex Trebek would just stop. Not even just like shake.
Alex, can I get a selfie with you?
I have a feeling you. I don't know. Maybe. What do you think?
Go ahead. Yeah, I think he would. Yes. Unlike maybe Bob Barker
or
Ray Fiennes.
I kind of don't get that thing about Pat Sajak though. I kind of.
What happened to him that he had to take off?
Yeah,
remember?
Some
kind of illness, right? Yeah.
Was it someone's throat?
Yeah, it was something that happened to him. But if you're talking on air for that long, eventually something's gonna happen.
Wish the best for both of those guys. You know. Wish the best for both.
Of course, anybody in general. Even my worst enemy, I wish them well. but no, especially Trebek and Pat. Trebek is a staple. He's a generational icon. Like just like who did The Price Is Right? Was it Bob Barker?
Bob Barker, yeah.
Yeah, he seems like an approachable guy too. That Drew Carey looks like he won't even talk to you. But no, Alex Trebek and Pat Sajak, and then Vanna White filled in, which was pretty interesting also. But so, what else did you think
What do we got here?
Well, you have the rise of AEW.
Okay, that one.
Versus WWE.
Oh, a new wrestling company tried to throw their hat in the ring.
Yeah, it's almost gonna be like the XFL when Vince McMahon does it. But yeah, AEW.
Yeah, that'll be next year.
But again,
that'll be next year.
You told
next
me.
Year's year.
You told me, Slasher, just a little while ago when we were preparing. You said Rome was not built in a day. And let me tell you something. AEW has potential, but they gotta get their storyline straight. That's the only problem.
They gotta get
They don't keep rivalries for more than 2 weeks. Okay?
No, they don't.
So they need to build on that.
And they barely build
Rome wasn't built in a day.
They barely build up their characters too.
And that's another thing, right?
They don't give a lot of people time to establish their characters. They're just like gonna push people out there.
And did you tell me that even NXT has better ratings than AEW?
They've been winning NXT, the developmental of WWE.
Those are those hardcore fanboys that have to watch every second of freaking WWE, even NXT, which is that's like me watching the Brooklyn Cyclones. I mean, give me a break. I'm gonna follow them. I'm watching the Mets. That's it. Come on, give me a break. But no, AEW is gonna be fine. We still have to see where.
I don't know if they're gonna be fine if they keep doing what they.
Right, they need to change it up a little bit, but we'll see where that lands. We'll see where that lands. But let me tell you something. It looks like Vince McMahon did a good job because I always thought that putting NXT on
they only did it to spite AEW. That's the only reason they did it. Because they knew they were going to get second competition. They were going to get competition. They knew it. So they were like, okay, we're going to do this to try and cock-block them.
Yeah, well, that's what they did. They cock-blocked them. Which doesn't make any sense. Because, let me tell you, I didn't think that NXT would ever get better ratings than an actual AEW Primetime Dynamite show. But they actually do.
Because AEW is only establishing like 3 or 4 guys.
Well, they need more they need more people.
Jericho, of course. Chris Jericho is obviously already established, and he's the light of that.
Right.
He's the one who makes people tune in with his stupidity.
Yeah. Well, exactly. Jericho and maybe Cody Rhodes. Moxley.
Jericho and Moxley are the 2 guys that. Jericho and John Moxley. Those are the 2 guys.
Yeah. They have to build up on their stars.
What do you think about WWE and what they're doing with their own regular... Because we watch all the pay-per-views.
Yes, not that I can remember what happens the next day because I'm so burnt over the years, but yes. I should be in California with the legal, with the edibles.
Or Colorado.
Yeah, Colorado, exactly. I mean, I feel like I'm there already in the Rocky Mountains. But how I feel about it, what were we talking about? Exactly.
What do you like, alright. When we watch these WWE pay-per-views, are there any wrestlers that like actually
Well, we saw the worst pay-per-view at the end of the year, which was...
Oh, yeah, that throwaway. Whatever
the throwaway one. Yeah, whatever that was.
TLC?
Yeah, TLC. Tables, Ladders, and Chairs. Where most of the matches didn't have any of those things.
Yeah.
And even the ones that didn't have all three. So, yes, it was a little weird. No, look, it's entertainment to me, and I don't look at anything too seriously, to be honest with you.
But what wrestlers actually in WWE pique your interest? They're like, okay, I want to see this.
All the wrestlers that you don't like. I like Lawler. I like Roman Reigns.
Lawler don't wrestle.
I mean not Lawler.
Randy Orton.
Yes, I like also Roman Reigns and AJ Styles.
I like AJ Styles.
And of course the Fiend. Who's
the Fiend?
Yeah, the Fiend.
As Michael Cole would say, the Fiend.
The Fiend. Tay.
Oh yeah, I like him.
Take the nay. But yes.
Not Michael Cole. The Fiend.
Right, Michael Cole. I'd like to see him get his ass whipped. They should start whipping some of the asses.
So what's your opinion on Brock Lesnar?
Well,
He's a waste.
It looks like he's just a
total waste.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. He's probably getting paid just as much as any of the top wrestlers.
Just to wrestle 10 matches a year.
And only 3 minutes a match.
Yeah.
So he's probably exactly. 10 matches at 3 minutes is 30 minutes a year. So give me a break.
Yeah. All on pay-per-view.
Remember the time I predicted he was going to be in a 27-minute match?
Oh, Jesus. Right.
And it only lasted about maybe under 10 minutes,
versus
I believe.
Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio. I thought Rey Mysterio was going to come up with a whole bunch of flying tactics.
Alright. So let's move away from
we're 2019.
We're too much about wrestling right now. Now, I want to talk about what I want to friggin' talk about.
You must have something passionate to show.
What I want to friggin' talk about.
I'm glad you want to talk about something.
Is this overhyped, overpraised piece of garbage called Avengers Endgame.
Okay, one of the highest grossing movies of 2019, but okay.
This overpraised.
When you about to go over, I thought you were just about to go on
piece of garbage.
I can't classify it as a piece of garbage.
Garbage.
Garbage. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say I loved it. And I don't want to say I did. I'm neutral with it. I really am.
I'm not even.
I'm giving it the optimistic glass half filled silver lining kind of deal.
I'm not even neutral on it.
I'm going into it like as if I'm 50 Cent. I get shot 9 times and I still lived. It's like, okay, I lived.
Well, everyone's entitled to their opinions, right, Mike?
I guess so. Even if yours are wrong.
So call me the minority. Garbage.
No, I don't even know if you're the minority. It's probably 50-50. Did a lot of people love Endgame? I mean, actually, it made a fortune, so they must have.
Yeah,
because people went back to see it twice.
Just because something makes a fortune don't mean I friggin' like it.
Right, but it means that a majority of people do.
Okay. Whatever floats people's boat.
You're getting more pissed off about the Endgame than I thought you would about the YouTube controversy this year with a lot of people are pissed off about the subscribers.
So we'll follow that up next with my opinion of Endgame.
Okay.
So we'll talk a bit more about Endgame. So they made a joke of all the main characters. They made a joke of all of them.
What didn't you like specifically? Like, did they killed off characters or the storyline in general? You like Thanos.
I knew there was going to be characters killed off.
Right, you had
I knew that, of course. There's also characters involved in this whole storyline. I guess I'm gonna go nerd right here.
Yeah, go full nerd.
In the comic books, where you're missing 2 characters that were a huge part of the storyline. Silver Surfer and Adam Warlock. You're missing those 2 characters.
Which they never featured in those, right?
No. No.
Is that because they were owned by Sony or Fox?
That's it. I thought that all the purchases were done by that point.
I don't know if they were.
But Hulk.
Oh, the way he was like, oh yeah, he was like Bruce Banner Hulk.
Hulk Ruffalo.
Hulk Ruffalo, right.
And Thor Lebowski.
He was wearing glasses. The Hulk was wearing glasses.
And Thor Lebowski.
Oh, that's right. You're talking about Thor when he was a junkie. He was a junkie Thor. From what is the town he's from?
Just so much. The middle the whole, because that was a long ass movie.
Ow! It was too long.
That was a long ass movie.
Was it over 3 hours?
And the entire middle of it was comedy.
Well, they could have cut a lot of fat out of that movie. You're right.
The entire middle of that movie was comedy.
It wasn't like a stupid comedy. You're right. Yeah. There was a lot of stupid comedy. Let me tell you, I think that's what made the movie worse. Well, not as good because it was so long. If they would have trimmed it down to 2 hours, it would be great.
I love
the first one was great.
I love the first 3.
Even the second one was decent.
Because even people shit on Age of Ultron. I thought Age of Ultron was just fine.
Oh, so you do have a heart. Okay.
No, I love the first 3 Avengers movies. That Endgame was
so just the last 2 you had a problem with?
No, Infinity War was dope.
Oh, so just the last one?
It was such a letdown.
Endgame.
Infinity War was dope. The Infinity War was the only one I didn't see in the movies. That was the only one I didn't actually go to the theater to
Actually,
see.
the only one I saw in the movies, I think, was the first one.
Endgame.
And did I see Endgame in the movies? Oh, I think I did actually.
I mean, I know they had to make room.
Oh, you saw it right away, actually, Endgame. Yeah, I saw it a week or 2 after.
But that was a huge disappointment for me. And I'm not even the guy who has to go run out and see every Marvel movie.
This is coming from a guy with a Jason mask and 2020 glasses. I gotcha. You're seeing in 2020 vision. I got 2020 eyesight. I got 2020.
You're right. This is 2020.
Right, I can be blind, but if I'm wearing these glasses, I got 2020.
I'm surprised these batteries are still going.
Oh, let me tell you, they're like Energizer bunnies. They don't stop.
And we're still going at 31 minutes.
Absolutely.
So what did we not touch on?
You were mentioning to me about the whole YouTube thing.
One more thing before I go into that YouTube thing is about Hollywood regurgitation.
Hollywood regurgitation meaning like reboots and reboots. I guess.
And how that's all they do these days, and that's how it seems that all that's going to happen in the future.
It all depends. It all depends with when they come out with the reboots. There was a reboot that you were saying that they should have just, like Rambo. They could have just, if they want to do a Rambo thing, you said that they should just copy the Rambo premise, but not call it Rambo anymore. You know,
call it like
something like that. First of all,
Jones. Just think of a different last name.
Well. What is the one? Well, like Indiana Jones, for instance. If they did a reboot of that, that'd be insane.
Call it Montana Johnson.
Right, another archaeologist with
Just rip it off.
With what is that called?
Ripping it off is better than these days, especially because back in the day, in the 80s and 90s, when you could tell something was a blatant rip-off. Remember when you were able to tell something was a blatant rip-off of something?
Right, and you would say this is a rip-off of so.
You would say it's a total rip-off, right?
But at least they did it.
Exactly.
Right.
They didn't piggyback.
Right.
They didn't piggyback off a trademark name that's gonna sell merchandise.
And they do that a lot nowadays.
Way too much.
Yeah. But but if you look at the, is there any movie that you would like to see a reboot of? Is there any movie that you'd like to see a reboot of that you loved?
No, because they did it too much. When I was a kid, I used to be able to say that, but no, they did it too much. They shit the bed. They shit the bed with this.
With the whole reboots, they did a good job with Dredd, like we mentioned. We did do a good job with Dredd.
But that's different.
That was a total reboot, though.
Yeah,
but they changed the story,
though. But Judge Dredd is not an original character. Sylvester Stallone did not create Judge Dredd as a character. Judge Dredd was a comic book.
But it's a reboot of a movie called Judge Dredd. Like Cape Fear. The Cape Fear reboot was great.
Oh, but I'm saying Judge Dredd is a comic book character. The way James Bond is a comic, as a character from novels.
Right, which
they can always do stuff like that.
Yeah,
like, you think about it, how many friggin' things throughout time, how many things on TV and movies. TVs and movies, how many times do you see Tarzan? Right. Tarzan.
Right.
They always will take characters like that and
they should reboot Different Strokes. Like if they rebooted Different Strokes, that would be funny. Or like or some. I don't know. I don't mind reboots if they're good. Like Total Recall was horrible.
I didn't see it and I never will.
Yeah, I mean some reboots are not that good at all.
The reboot of Total Recall.
Hollywood Regurgitation. That's a good name you came up with for that. Hollywood Regurgitation. That's a good one. Like you just have to puke it back up.
That's what they do.
Indiana Jones.
Point Break. Yeah, we got.
Oh my God, I couldn't make it. Let me tell you, you're right though. There are some movies where you can't. You're gonna be biased by watching them. Because our parents would always say, oh, the original was always better. But now I feel like that person that I'm saying, oh, the original is always better. Like, I'm going to tell, the future children of the world, oh, you have to watch the original Judge Dredd.
You gotta watch that Stallone Judge
The original Total Recall. Don't watch the Jaden Smith Karate Kid. You're going to watch the original Karate Kid. And let me tell you, that was a big disappointment when they remade the Karate Kid. Thank God they came up with Cobra Kai. To save that franchise. I don't know what Will Smith was thinking. And I like Will Smith.
So, let's see. What are we at? 35.
Dude, I could go until 2020. I could go for another year. December 31st.
But, we might not even be able to continue making these videos because of YouTube.
Oh yeah, they might kill all the subscribers off. What was your thing about YouTube? How they all of a sudden are just...
Or shut.
People are getting pissed about that, by the way. Which is messed up.
The laws they're trying to push out everyone.
They're trying to knock out everyone who hasn't had any activity. And like if I subscribe to somebody but I don't do any activity on my YouTube page, that means I'm cut off your thing. What about the people that subscribed? What if they do an outcry, right? What if they say, how come you booted me off Mad Squirrel's page or something like that? I'm sure people lost a lot of subscribers. Mal Moira or whoever part of that group, PB&J, with all those groups that we did that. A lot of cool people, by the way, that we did that that day with the Mad Squirrel, 2 nuts in the sack or whatever it was called. In the tree, something like that. It was in the tree or a sack. But there was people that lost 500 to 1,000 subscribers who only had like 2,000. Imagine losing 50% of your subscribers.
People have lost thousands. People with huge subscriber accounts have lost thousands.
They should cut down Kendall Jenner subscribers or Kim Kardashian. Cut their subscribers down, but they wouldn't dare do that because they would be in an uproar.
This is the other thing about YouTube is that
they're biased to celebrities, probably, right?
They're trying to become celebrity heavy.
Of course, just like Twitter has been. Twitter's all celebrity heavy, and so is now YouTube. And it's unfortunate.
Yeah, because, these celebrities have way bigger platforms than...
Exactly. Right. They don't need YouTube. They just...
Then the people who are trying to scrape and...
Right. Scrape and claw their way to the top.
Not claw their way to the top, just have...
There's a lot of
YouTube channel. A simple YouTube channel. Some of them don't even say anything negative. Don't even say anything negative towards anything, and they get...
Now, what happens to subscribers? Let's say I'm subscribed to your channel, and
you think I know what happens?
Do they tell the people who have subscribed that you have been cut off from this person? Like, do they know to go back and resubscribe, or do they just get cut off? Like, what's the criteria for the cutoff?
Because they just sweep people.
They just cut people off like that. Is this one this new PC thing where they're trying to get rid of people who are controversy? You had a problem with YouTube at one point. I think a lot of people had a problem with YouTube at one point.
YouTube is insane. The things that have been going on with YouTube for the past few years, and they're always very like, oh, blah 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 blah. The algorithm.
The algorithm. It's all about the algorithm, right? It's not our fault. It's how we wrote the algorithm.
And you know what? When you're sitting back and you just be like, oh, I can't do anything about this. Yeah.
But in YouTube's defense, if I clicked onto your page and saw you with a Jason mask and a 2020 glasses, yeah, I would boot you off too. I mean, what the fuck is this guy doing?
What am I doing?
I'm just kidding in general, but I'm just saying, boot Jason off.
Do you have a swastika hanging from your wall right there?
No, those are the kind of people that the they'll be left on YouTube.
No, they won't. No,
They're really strict with it now, right? It's because of the new PC era we're in, or is that what it is? Or like, why are they even starting to do that now? When did that start? In 2019, the year review, right? Did it start this year? It probably started this year or last year.
The PC sweeping.
No, I'm talking about the cutting off of subs.
Well, a lot of people have been dealing with.
But did it start this year mostly? Like this year has become big. Our year review special. This is the South Park Halloween special. This is the New Year's special.
Well, either way.
And South Park did a good job too. They got banned from China in 2019, by the way, also. That's another thing in 2019.
Well, we're almost at 40 minutes. No, we're over 40 minutes.
We're doing good.
So,
everybody watching Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve.
Dick Clark is dead.
But he still has a special.
Just like this decade. May this decade rotten hell.
I don't want to say rotten hell. Look, we're still alive. Anything above ground is a good day, right? I just hope that if I pass away, you're gonna give me a good obituary on your channel, dude.
Fuck this decade. Die.
Okay.
Happy New Year's, folks.
Happy New Year, everybody. You stopped it?